Another thing that failing at business taught me is that we create our own reality. Whoa, wait. It happens every time. Hey guys, it's Matt here, and today's video is about the truth behind failure and how failure, if you use it correctly, can actually be your friend. I'm gonna share with you my personal experience with failing at 3 businesses by the age of 22, and how surprisingly it made me mentally tough. So before I share with you everything I learned from failure and what you're gonna learn in this video, I thought I'd give you some context and share with you my story about failing at 3 businesses, because I mention it a lot in my about page and in my description, but I never fully addressed it. So it's story time. So, the first business I ever had was a social media content management business. I was really good at growing social media platforms like Instagram, and businesses in my city contacted me and wanted to hire me. And I thought, why not make a business out of it? So I did. I had about 7 customers and I did it for about 6 months. I charged the customers on a monthly retainer, but the business never actually picked up. It actually flopped. And the reason the business failed is because I was charging too little. Why was I charging too little? You're going to discover later in the video. Because I was charging way too little, I had to keep a 9-to-5 job going. And it got tough. I used to work 14-hour days. I was making the Photoshop for the businesses. I was making the content management, uploading photos and stuff for them. And I never actually made enough money to sustain the business. So I thought, I'm investing way too much time into this. This is not growing. The business is not good. I quit. And this is what happened. The second business was an e-commerce store that I basically found a product online that had a lot of demand but very low supply. And if you know anything about business, that's the best time to make money. So I contacted suppliers, I opened an online store for it, I ran the ads, and boom, I made money. This business did a lot better than the previous one. I'll never forget one day that I woke up from surgery actually at the hospital. I was laying there in bed and I heard my phone go ping, ping, ping. So I checked it, I wonder what it was. So I looked at my phone and I saw my store and it said $500. So basically I did $500 while I was in surgery. It was pretty insane, it blew my mind. And I did this for about 8 months. But after 8 months, I got into a problem with the payment processor and I couldn't solve it. And I got frustrated and eventually I quit. The last business I had was a marketing business. Basically, I used the knowledge I gained from running the ads for my e-commerce store to help gyms attract more clients for their business. I did it for about 5 months and I didn't like doing sales calls, so the business didn't have a proper way to attract clients, and eventually, you know the drill, I quit. Now, the most powerful lesson I learned from all of these businesses is that everything is my fault. I am the reason the businesses failed. It's not the business idea, it's not the economy, it's not the government, and it's not my family or my friends. It's my fault. Remember this, people don't have business problems, they have personal problems that reflect into their business. When you take full responsibility for your life and you realize that how your life looks right now is your fault, you did it and no one else, you become free. Why? Because you understand that you have the power to control your life. It's not some external force that controls whether you succeed or not. It's you who have complete control over your success. And that will lead to a realization that, okay, I failed. It is because of me. What did I do wrong that made me fail? And boom, this is where you unlock the greatest power of them all. The power of learning from your mistakes. You start to be honest with yourself and you start to analyze your situation like a scientist. You seek what needs to improve and how you can improve it. This is when you stop looking at failure as failure and see it as lessons. And this is where you gain complete control over your destiny. And that leads me to the second way that failing at business made me mentally tough. Failing eliminated my fear of failure. Before I launched my first business, I was terrified. What if I fail? What if people I know will laugh at me because I failed? And then I failed, not once, but 3 times. And I can tell you that it's not that bad. Sure, it hurts a bit to the ego, and sure, I lost some money, but it's not that bad. And yes, people I know looked at me like I'm a failure. Even some of my friends laughed at me because I failed. And you know what happened then? I stopped caring what 99% of the people think, because usually the people who judge you are the ones that never did anything with their lives because they're too afraid to fail. And the ones that actually did something with their lives and succeed in business, I'm talking about the high achievers that make a lot of money in business, will tell you, oh, you failed? Okay, cool. What did you learn? When are you going to try again? And those are the people that you should pay attention to. I learned how to filter the people that has access to my life. If you don't bring value to my life, you're out. And this is how you should go about your life. This is how you develop the freedom to do whatever you want. I don't fucking care what people think anymore. I don't let them control what I do or say or think. And if you ask me, it's a lot better than being a people pleaser and never living to your true potential. By the way, if you like the video so far and you're gaining value, please press the like button and write me a comment down below. I answer all of my comments and it helps support my channel. So back to the video. Another thing that failing at business taught me is that we create our own reality. What do I mean by that? How you think about a situation is exactly how this situation is going to be for you. Let's take, for example, my first business ever that I talked about in the beginning of the video, you remember? And the reason the business failed is because I was charging too little. So why did I charge so little? Because I believed that I was too young to charge a lot of money and that my service isn't good enough to charge more money. And that was completely delusional. It was in my head. I remember one barber that I worked with and I grew his Instagram from about 300 followers to 10K followers in about 2 months. And he gained so many customers because of that. I charged them only $150 when I could easily charge him $1,000. But I didn't because I believed that I was just a kid and no one will pay a kid $1,000 a month. And I can tell you, I was wrong. And this is the power of your belief. Whatever you believe is true will be true. You don't believe that you are a confident person? You're right. You believe that you are a failure? You're right. You think that you're unstoppable and you can do anything you set your mind to? I got news for you. You're right. I believed when I had my marketing business that I won't be good at sales calls. And by avoiding sales calls, guess what happened? I was right. I created my own reality. So look at your life and your limiting beliefs and ask yourself, what do I believe right now that is true, but I could be completely wrong and it's limiting me from my true potential? If you take time, you will realize how many stupid and pointless beliefs your mind developed along the way that don't support you in any way. Get rid of them. This is all for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. And if you gained value from today's video, please press the like button, subscribe, and I will see you in the next video that it's going to be pretty interesting. It's going to be an experiment we're gonna do together. So stay tuned.